Hey everybody, it is Colin Nitro for Nitromaniac TV's Wrestling Unlimited channel, and these are my predictions for AEW's big All Out card. That's right, All Out is happening on August 31st, 2019. A lot of you watching this may already be down there and checking out all the goodies of StarCast and you name it. That's all happening down there. Unfortunately, I won't be able to watch the show live and do live tweeting just because I'm heading out of town this weekend for a little bit of R&R time. But I am definitely hitting up this show as soon as I come back to town and expect a Nitro's take on this show sometime next week for sure. But here are my predictions to tide you over until then, and it's going to be a big card. They've got 10 matches already booked for this thing, so let's get to it. Alright, so talking pre-show, they have a tag team match to open things up scheduled on the pre-show. Private Party, which is Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn, taking on Angelico and Jack Evans. This thing should set the pace for the night. It should be a really great match, and I think that Private Party will probably be the victors in this one. Angelico and Evans, I think, can lose several matches here in AEW and still look strong. And I think they're going to be a major contender for the AEW tag titles once the tournament maybe even wraps up. I think Angelico and Evans will be contenders for the future. Maybe that's a storyline for them for 2020, where they're trying to regain their lost mojo as a team somewhat. But Cassidy and Quinn, man, they're about as hot as the Street Profits in NXT right now. Except, you know, talking about urban culture and stuff, I think they come from a completely different end of urban culture as the goofiness of the Street Profits as we've seen on Monday Night Raw and that stuff. So I think the gimmick is just different, just enough to have two separate acts, definitely. And of course, a big part of the pre-show is this 21-woman Casino Battle Royale, and the winner will receive a match for the inaugural AEW Women's World Championship, scheduled for October 2nd on the AEW on TNT broadcast. So the very first broadcast on October 2nd. The winner of this match will be in that contest for the women's title. My pick to click here, and there are some interesting names in this. We've seen Teal Piper, we've seen Jazz, we've seen Eva Lee signed for this. Yuka Sakazaki is in this. Big Swole is in this. Just an all-star match encompassing all the all-stars on the independent circuit coming to Chicago. And Chicago is such an iconic center for women's wrestling with Shimmer and now Rise and all these promotions holding big shows in the Chicagoland area. My pick to click actually is going to be I'm gonna go off the board a little bit here and say Sadie Gibbs, because of the treatment they gave her at Double or Nothing. They actually ran a highlight video hyping her as a big asset to the women's division. I know we have now the B Priestleys in the division. I know that we have the Awesome Kongs and such. I think Sadie Gibbs will end up winning the Casino Battle Royale and be one of the two on October 2nd going for that women's championship. All right, let's get to the main card, and the opening match of the main card, according to Wikipedia, has the 6-man tag of Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Marco Stunt taking on SoCal Uncensored, Daniels, Kazarian, and Scorpio Sky. This will be a fast-paced opener. I think that a lot of the people involved in this will have the match of their life on the other side, because you have free wrestlers who are kind of new commodities to the mainstream wrestling public versus free veterans here. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It'll be interesting to see how this match shakes out, especially off of the heels of the Battle Royal, how the Battle Royal shakes out. But I'm going to give Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Marco Stunt the nod in this one. I think the young kids will get over in this match, including a victory. Women's match between Rihu and Hikaru Shida. Looking forward to this one because this is just going to be Joshi goodness. The crowd in Chicago loves Joshi wrestling, as attests from all of the sellouts for Shimmer and Rise in the past when they've brought in Japanese athletes. So Hikaru Shida is always my pick whenever she wrestles. I know Rihu is supposed to have the big DDT mixed tag match with Kenny Omega coming up in a few weeks' time. But this is AEW, this isn't DDT, so Hikaru Shida will get the win in my prediction on All Out. Almost said All In, but it's All Out. The Cracker Barrel Clash, which sounds like a auto race. It sounds like something NASCAR is doing on Labor Day weekend, but it isn't. It's a all-out hardcore triple threat match, triangle match, however you want to market it. It's Darby Allin, Joey Janela, and Jimmy Havoc, and this will be obviously your hardcore. Oh my God, these spots are incredible. Match of the night type encounter with all three of these guys. I think this is where Allin ends up kind of exploding onto the scene here and that stuff. And I think he'll pin the two veterans in Janela and Havoc in their own match, in this death match type thing. We're probably going to see a lot of violent stuff here that we haven't seen since maybe the glory days of ECW, maybe some CZW style influence here because they are on pay-per-view. Don't look for this thing to be replayed much on network television. Just they'll acknowledge it happened, but I predict there'll be a lot of violence in this one. So parents, hide your kids, or kids, hide your parents, however you want to work it that way. But my prediction, Darby Allin will be the winner in that one. Grudge match, Cody versus Shawn Spears. Shawn Spears has enlisted Tully Blanchard, the legendary Four Horsemen member, as his manager and cornerman for this match. I can only imagine that maybe Cody has another legendary name up his sleeve, as we saw last year at All In with his fight camp that came out. Maybe this is where we see a Diamond Dallas Page walk out with Cody to kind of even the odds a little bit. Or something along those lines. He'll definitely have Brandy with him. It should be a back and forth encounter. It should be really good. I honestly think that Shawn Spears will get the victory here, just due to the fact that they're going to try to establish Shawn as a upper card heel going forward in AEW, and he's got all the blueprints down and that stuff, and I think they might be onto something with Tully and Shawn, as we've seen on all the Being the Elite episodes and the Road to All Out episodes, going forward to this thing. So I'll put the bet down that Shawn Spears beats Cody on All Out weekend. Tag team match, winners receive a first round bye in the AEW World Tag Team Championship Tournament. Best friends Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta take on the Dark Order, Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. Again, you're going to try and establish in this match the Dark Order as a credible heel stable. So they're going to be up to their devious antics in this one. There's going to be a lot of sports entertainment style wrestling in this, and I think that the Dark Order will be the ones who walk out with the victory here in this contest. So my prediction again, Dark Order to beat the Best Friends on All Out Saturday, not Sunday, Saturday. The ladder match, the Escalera de la Muerte for the AAA World Tag Team Championships. And again, apologies, my Spanish is no mas if I butchered that. But Lucha Brothers, Pentagon Jr. and Rey Fenix, the champions, taking on the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. Also, I gotta say, kudos to AAA for allowing AEW to use their Tag Team Championship as a title to be defended on these shows and that stuff over 2019. It kind of gives the shows an extra sort of officialness to have a title match on them, and kind of a worldwide appeal to have that brand incorporated with them. I know there's a partnership, but it's really cool to see anyway. This match could go, again, either way. This match has match of the night potential, as it always does with all four of these guys in there. I think the Lucha Brothers will retain in this match, but it will be a very entertaining match. And my prediction is this match will be up for match of the night honors, for sure. And what should have been Jon Moxley versus Kenny Omega, we found out last week Moxley is out due to injury, again with the elbow. We've got Pac coming in from the UK taking on Kenny Omega. And this match I'm really looking forward to see, because this is going to be such a clash of styles. It is two of the, I guess, most premier junior heavyweights. And I still classify Omega as a junior heavyweight sometimes, even though he has held a heavyweight belt, since leaving the junior division in New Japan and that stuff. But over the past 5 or 10 years, these are the two guys that are on anybody's top 5 for, junior heavyweight or cruiserweight style wrestling. is Pac and Kenny Omega. Pac, of course, formerly Neville in WWE. So this thing will be a very entertaining encounter, in my opinion. It'll be back and forth again. I am hoping that this match becomes match of the night. Looking forward to it, and my pick will be Kenny Omega. Now, if Jon Moxley was taking on Kenny Omega here, I think that Omega would probably lose. But with Pac coming in, and this seems like it's going to be a one-time only booking with him due to the disagreement earlier this year and that stuff, I think that Omega going over on Pac, it doesn't hurt Pac at all. I think, if anything, it'll elevate Pac to get more independent bookings elsewhere throughout the United States and that stuff off the heels of this. So my prediction, Omega over Pac in this one. And of course, the main event, the singles match for the inaugural AEW World Championship. It's the finals of their kind of mini tournament that started at Double or Nothing. Chris Jericho versus Hangman Adam Page. And we have been building up Adam Page to be the champion. We've been building him up. And on August 31st, I think that Chris Jericho will walk out with the AEW World Championship. It makes more sense to me to have Page chase that belt a little bit longer. I think that he'll get a taste of maybe victory in this match, and then it'll be snatched away from him due to devious tactics or interference or something. I think if you put the AEW Championship on Jericho right now, it doesn't hurt, as we've seen earlier this year with Jericho holding the Intercontinental belt on the IWGP side with the New Japan Pro Wrestling brand and organization. It, even though he came in for the big shows and just defended the belt on those shows, it still holds credibility that you have Chris Jericho as your champion, and I think that that's going to be too tempting for the creative minds at AEW to pass up. So Chris Jericho will be the AEW World Champion by the end of the weekend, and that's my prediction. What's yours? Throw them below. I'm Phil Nitro. Later days. Happy wrestling watching. Watch where Nitro's take next week on this event. Like I said, won't be watching it live, but I'll be checking it out via the magic of, PVR and tape delay. So, and man, Sirens is going outside for sure. Later days. Happy wrestling watching. See ya next time.